The reason behind a major wrestling firing revealed, a WWE Star Fined, backstage concern over the Bloodline, and more. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
Get exclusive videos over on our Patreon. Luke and I went to some wrestling at the weekend, Sunday's Rev Pro show in the very hot and sweaty York Hall. We watched the insane athleticism of Leon Slater versus Jack Cartwheel, marvelled at the size difference between Robbie X and Donovan Dijak, and fully decided Luke Jacobs is our joint favourite wrestler right now when he beat Trevor Lee. But I'm afraid, in the main event, good old-fashioned wrestling fun got very, very real. AEW International/American Champion MJF defended his belt against Michael Oku. They had a fantastic match, starting out funny with Max doing all of Hulk Hogan's Real American spots, went super dramatic with Oku having the half crab cinched in tight, and ended in shock after 27 minutes when Jacobs knocked both men out. Max got the win, hit a Tiger Driver on Oku in the post-match, and was about to do the same to Oku's girlfriend Amira when Will Ospreay made the surprise save for Michael, his former enemy. It was all a terrific build to their match at All In 2 weeks' time. If only I could have enjoyed it. But MJF's stupid entrance got confetti all in my beer. I tried to pick it out, but as I picked it out, it just dissolved more and more. My beer. My dear beer. Everyone kicked off last year when MJF poured a drink over a kid, and now he's ruined another beverage. It's wrestlers taking heel heat too far. I'm not advocating for MJF to get fired for that, just like how Scott D'Amore was let go by TNA earlier this year. There was a couple of week period near the start of 2024 that was unprecedented in wrestling history. Vince McMahon had resigned from the WWE following Janelle Grant's lawsuit. Stardom terminated the contract of its founder Rossy Ogawa because of suspicions over him poaching talent to start his own new promotion. And Scott D'Amore, the longtime president of TNA, was fired. In just several weeks, the heads of 3 major international wrestling companies have been removed. And now D'Amore has gone into more detail over what went down. Talking to Busted Open Radio, Scott revealed that he found out on the 11th of January, 2 days before their Hard to Kill show, where they rebranded the promotion back to TNA. It was a big critical and commercial hit, doing the company's best buy rate since the Samoa Joe vs. Kurt Angle record at TNA Genesis 2006. The CEO of Anthem Sports and Entertainment, Len Asper, Anthem is TNA's parent company, was the one to call D'Amore. There had been reports that there was a difference in vision between what D'Amore thought TNA could achieve, where he reportedly made big money plays for both CM Punk and Will Ospreay at the end of 2023, and what Anthem wanted, which was dependable, stable programming for their sports network. Scott allegedly even tried to buy the promotion. But he has now said, any of the BS that I tried to buy the company and that's what led to me leaving was not the case. It boiled down to a difference of opinions on how things should be. There was no F you, no F you. I spoke with Len Asper since then. We talked about it the day of the announcement. I hope there is no hard feelings. I can't say there are no hard feelings, but there are no personal feelings. I don't take 7 years of great work with people I enjoyed working with and throw it in a dumpster because it took a pivot that I wasn't looking for. I'm very proud of the work we did there. D'Amore is now relaunching Maple Leaf Wrestling. A difference of opinion led to D'Amore getting fired. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed damn near kills a guy and he just gets fined. In an update over Saturday Morning Coffee, WWE Raw's Christopher Daniels, aka Adam Pearce, announced that Seth Rollins had suffered cracked ribs and internal bruising following Reed's awesome 6 tsunami attack on last Monday's episode, and Rollins will be out of action for an unspecified amount of time. This is reportedly to cover Seth taking time off after his injury issues have become chronic. Rollins had torn his MCL back in January. As a result, Pearce has fined Reed a massive yet undisclosed sum, title of your next indie wrestling show, and Bronson rather brashly replied, "Worth it, stooge." So Pearce increased the fine. Run your mouth more, big boy. Make it double. 4 bags of money emoji. Now it's double massive. Before Raw, though, we had last Friday's SmackDown, which saw the return of Roman Reigns to wipe out the Bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Bloodline. Solo. Solo's like one thing and the Bloodline.
Yeah, oh right. I didn't know that. What is that?
Something's happened now?
I'm trying to make it happen.
It sounds like you just have a loan from the winter pail.
I just trying to learn.
Click the link in the video description below to watch my review of that episode. But there was one notable Bloodline name missing from the show. Jacob Fatu. Fatu was selling a leg injury after diving off the top rope onto Cody Rhodes through the commentary desk at SummerSlam. He was helped out of the stadium and he was later spotted wearing a recovery boot. Cody even made it part of kayfabe during his SmackDown promo, where he said it was the fault of Solo's leadership that Fatu got hurt. Now PW Insider is reporting Fatu wasn't even backstage at SmackDown, and it has led to growing concern that he's dealing with a more significant injury. Fatu had become the most credible threat within Solo's Bloodline faction, and their feud with Roman, as we saw Reigns easily dispatch all of them on Friday, will suffer without him, which is why, in my personal opinion, it's all a working McWork face. Everyone is also reporting that the SummerSlam injury spot for Fatu was planned, so WWE could tease out the first interaction between Jacob, the new Bloodline's breakout star, and the original tribal chief Roman. The concern is that the planned spot led to a real injury. But looking at this from a storyline perspective, you don't want Fatu around for the next few weeks so Roman can look strong, continuing his babyface momentum, and then you bring in Jacob for the inevitable clash. But in another tick, in the It's a Shoot Brother Much Love HH Kiss column, Tonga Loa raised the WWE Tag Team Championship in the Bloodline segment on Friday's SmackDown, when it was Tama Tonga and Fatu who had won the belts the previous week. You're even botching not being champion, Tonga Loa! This could mean that Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are the new Tag Team Champions, or WWE has instigated Freebird rules for the Bloodline Tag Team Champions, where any of them can defend the belts if Fatu is really injured. DIY and the Street Profits will face off this Friday to determine their #1 contenders, so we'll see which combination of the Bloodline they'll feud with. Do you think Fatu's injury is a work? Let me know in the comments, where I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere saying, ooh, ah. Cody Rhodes, meanwhile, has told Sports Illustrated that he's working on his own Bloodline-style faction with his nephews Wayne and Wyatt Rhodes, who recently became the Rhodes Wrestling Academy's tag team champions at Dustin's school in Texas. Long-term booking. Dustin is an interesting wrestler right now, as his AEW contract reportedly expires in September. Cody told Sports Illustrated that Dustin isn't done, which would imply to me he needs to go elsewhere to get that next chapter. So here's my pitch from our Predicting SummerSlam 2025 Way Too Far in Advance video. The other one. It's the co-main event of Night 2. It's a thing. Look it up.
Okay.
After reuniting at WrestleMania, it's Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes on their quest to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships together from other reformed real-life brother act, the Usos. Babyface versus babyface.
Love it.
Legacy.
Love that a lot. That is great.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
man.
really like that.
Yeah.
That's great. No notes.
Honestly, 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can watch that video right after this one by clicking the link in the video description below. Jacob Fatu might not be the only very important wrestling star injured right now though, as continuing his really weird world title build for All In, where he either says he doesn't want to win the title or he's too injured to do anything with it, Bryan Danielson sat down with JR on Collision to reveal he'll probably need neck surgery relatively soon and before the end of the year. Again, this could be a working McWork face. Many outlets are reporting Danielson is indeed banged up, and Danielson himself has said this will be his last full-time year in wrestling, with the all-in stipulation being title versus career. But AEW is also looking forward to the future with All In, as they look to cement their own Royal Rumble-style match stipulation. As Sean Ross Sapp has posted, the AEW is planning on loading up the Casino Gauntlet at AEW All In with interesting names and see it as their signature match in a lot of senses. AEW have been trying to make Casino happen more than Gretchen Wiener and the word fetch. We've had Casino Battle Royales, Casino Ladder matches, but it was the Casino Gauntlet match on the 24th of April episode of Dynamite that really caught on. Wrestlers come out at random intervals, where the winner is the first person to get a pinfall or submission. It's kind of a reverse Royal Rumble in that you want to be the first person out to get the advantage, not a reverse Royal Rumble in the TNA way, which is terrible. schedule. Expect the Casino Gauntlet at All In to have all the biggest roster names without a match booked for the show, which to me looks like Pac and Hangman Page, returning ones like Jon Moxley, debuting names like Ricochet and Bobby Lashley, and hopefully fun cameos like Grado, complete with Madonna's Like a Prayer entrance theme. But maybe not Daniel Garcia, who was last seen getting written off TV by MJF's heel-turn beatdown. Garcia's contract is reportedly up in October, and while previous reports have been optimistic that he'll re-sign or might have even already re-signed, Fightful Select is now reporting that he still hasn't agreed a new contract as of last week. WWE is reportedly interested in Garcia, and AEW reportedly wrote him off TV just in case he decided to leave. Now go watch me, Luke and Pete try to predict SummerSlam 2025 way too far in advance.